Hello and welcome back to Zara Energy. We are going to be discussing the new moon happening on the 20th of November 2025. And this new moon is happening in the sign of Scorpio. It is powerful, it is potent. Now, new moons are new beginnings, but this new moon is happening during Mercury retrograde, and Mercury will retrograde back into Scorpio November 19th. So by the time we have this new moon, Mercury is in Scorpio. So we're going to not start anything new. Yes, you heard me. No new contracts, no new deals. This is only meant for those things you have already previously been working on. Now, the energy of the new moon will follow through over the next 2 to 4 weeks. And we'll see what we start now come to fruition 6 months from now. Yes, in Taurus season of 2026, when we have a full moon in Scorpio. So don't sleep on this new moon. It's vitally important. It is a new moon with a new beginning, but of something you've already been doing, right? We do have such potent energy. And Scorpio is everything that's dark and hidden, right? This is Scorpio energy. It's darkness. It's hidden. Think of the scorpion hiding behind the rocks, the darkness. This is where we, uncover things. As well as Scorpio has to do with death, transformation, loss, grief. This is where things come to an end. Death happens in order for rebirth. That's the energy of Scorpio. It's our psychology. It is where we notice our most intimate relationships, whether it's emotional, whether it's physical. Scorpio is that depth and rawness of intimacy, as well as it rules over our finances, inheritances, loans, taxes. So when it comes to new moon in Scorpio, it holds these themes. How we're going to do this is we're going to look at this energy of the new moon, what's happening with the planets, and then we're going to go through all of the signs, all 12 signs, and do check for your sun, moon, and rising. Your rising sign is vitally important. This is the area that it is happening in. Now, this is a new moon, so the moon is vitally important as well. And you can most definitely check for your sun sign, as that's your life purpose and how you present yourself to the world. You look at these three as an overall, understanding of your sense of self. Now, the aspects that happen within your chart give you depth and layers to the transit of this new moon. So if you'd like to work with me, to book with me, link down below for a new moon in Scorpio reading. So a new moon happens when we have the sun and the moon in the same sign, conjunct. They are joining each other. And the sun is in Scorpio. This is the tail end of Scorpio season, and we have this new moon in the sign of Scorpio. With this new moon, it's going to bring up intensity. The moon does not like to be in Scorpio. It's in its fall position. It's in a position of discomfort. This is why with the Scorpio moon, there's this intensity. There's this wanting to hold on longer than we should. Emotionally, it's a fixed water energy. So it's where we fixate emotionally and we hold on. This can bring sometimes grief, sadness. Scorpio is where we, lose or have suffered loss. And so deep emotions can be revealed with the Scorpio new moon, but it's definitely coming through for profound healing and understanding. Scorpio is where we transform. Scorpio is where we rise from the ashes like the phoenix. Now, Scorpio is about healing emotions, spirituality, tapping into your spirituality, whether that's through astrology, chakra balancing, numerology, tapping into, what is hidden. Seeking information. This is great for investigating. This is really great for intimacy within relationships and vulnerability. This can definitely happen. However, we are aware of power dynamics within relationships. Truths can be revealed. Information can come to light. A Scorpio new moon wants to give you deep insight and reveal things to you. So it's a potent and powerful new moon. I would say with this new moon, really, give yourself the moment to delve deep into what is going on within your life. How are you feeling? Checking in with your feeling. Now, the energy of the sun being in Scorpio gives focus and life force to wanting to get to the bottom of things, to understand the depths and layers and dive deep, as well as it deals with finances. Even the moon, it's about finances, financial inheritances, taxes, loans, shared resources, spouses' money. So with Scorpio, it holds so much of our transformation, our psychology. It is our intimacy, vulnerability, as well as our finances. Profound energies coming through with this new moon. On the 19th of November, we have Mercury retrograde back into Scorpio. So the sun, the moon, and Mercury are going to be conjunct each other, as well as a Cassini. We are going to have profound understanding, but it is a Mercury retrograde. So the insights that we are having will be about previous matters. It's going to give us this mental clarity that we need, especially during this time. Okay, so I would say truth bombs, yes. Things being revealed to us, yes. Gaining insights, great for research. It's a powerful new moon. And it will influence us over the next 2 to 4 weeks. And what we start now will come to fruition 6 months from now in Taurus season in 2026 when we have a Scorpio full moon. Very potent energy, very powerful. When it comes to Scorpio, it's where we rise to our empowerment. And that is something else that's happening with this new moon, is that Sun and Mercury Cazimi, especially with the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, that is deep insight. That is clarity. This is like your consciousness being lit up with being able to see things very clearly. It's awareness and will influence you in a certain area of your life. Now, the moon is at 28 degrees. This is the Cancer degree. So this is very important because with this new moon, we have so much in water. Okay, we have Mercury in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, we have the new moon in Scorpio, we have Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, we got Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, North Node in Pisces. A lot of water energy is coming through with this new moon. We got to look at the ruler of the new moon. The ruler of the new moon is Mars, and Mars is in Sagittarius. This is about travel, adventure. It's quick. It wants to have fun. It's out there in the world. It wants to learn. It wants to, it wants to expand and grow. So Mars is us taking action about how we want to expand and grow, travel, adventure, philosophy, education. This is where it's our spiritual journey, but it's going to be in square with the nodes of destiny, Pisces and Virgo. Pisces has to do with the North Node pushing us in a direction, and the South Node is where we've been overworking, where we burnt out, where we haven't been taking very good care of our health. The North Node being Pisces is rest, it's sleep, is trusting our intuition and what is unseen, and it is in square with Mars. So it's almost like we feel like we're taking action on all of this, but where are we burnt out, and where do we need to surrender and release? Virgo, in order to step into our destiny. Pisces, emotional healing and intuition. So that's the ruler of this new moon. Pluto is an Aquarius, and it is also making an aspect with this moon, and it's really telling us to delve deep into our surroundings and what power dynamics are happening with our social circles and people we choose to associate with via choice. So that is the rulership and the energy of what is coming through with this new moon. The aspect of the moon being in a trine, as well as the sun being in a trine to Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, as well as Saturn in Pisces, with Neptune in Pisces as well. I would say that this shows that we are definitely in that water trine energy of what this new moon, which is where the planets are communicating in harmony with each other. They understand each other. There's mutual reception between the moon, Scorpio, right, and with Saturn taking action in terms of stability structures. Remember, all the actions are necessary, especially with Saturn, because Saturn is still also retrograde, and with Neptune trusting our intuition. And we are still dealing with the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, which is also conjunct the sun and moon. So it's about Pisces, once again, trusting the stability of what we want to build when it comes to our vision, our dreams, while trusting our intuition and becoming structured with our dreams. And Jupiter in Cancer is influencing our home, family, emotional well-being, what we want to nurture within our lives. With the new moon in Scorpio, it is what we feel deeply and passionate about, what we want to transform, what we are willing to shed, to have that new beginning in order for something new. Potent and powerful new moon. A lot of energies coming through here. There is an opposition, right, with Uranus in Taurus to the new moon. And this is surprises, unexpected events that could arise out of nowhere. It can be, but Scorpio can involve your relationships, particularly because Scorpio is intimacy and Taurus is money, values, what we want to, secure within our lives. And Scorpio is the transformation of what we need to transform. This new moon is coming in with its intensity and it's packing a punch of transformation and having to see clearly how we want to navigate things. However, we will only start taking action at the end of November and as well as after the post-shadow period of December 15th, when Mercury leaves the post-shadow period. Mercury will go direct at the end of November, but will leave the post-shadow period in Sagittarius December 15th. And then we can finally move forward with how we want to proceed in terms of actions. But right now we're reviewing things and we're working with things we've previously started. Aries, this new moon is going to definitely bring in some deep healing for you, okay? It's going to give you that healing. There can be unexpected events in terms of intimacy and money, especially with the opposition between the moon and Uranus and Taurus. Unexpected money, unexpected losses. This is Uranus. It brings in its disruption and chaos. But with this new moon, you will be looking at intimacy, power dynamics, truth that you need to see, clarity, as well as financial investments. The new moon with its harmonious aspects, especially to Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, is what you're willing to surrender and release, especially what you emotionally have been hoarding in terms of what you've been holding on to that you feel like you can release. And with Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, you've known this for a while, and this brings this healing and emotional peace to you and also influences your home and family. So there's a big energy of healing here for you, Aries. And I think it's very necessary given the year that you had with Venus retrograde in Aries earlier this year, as well as your ruler Mars the beginning of this year coming into the year retrograde. So this is healing about your financial matters, your intimate matters, and seeing things very clearly and stipulating some boundaries. Old emotional patterns can come up, especially because Mercury is retrograde during this time. Be prepared for that, but you're going to have the clarity you need to move forward. Do comment your placements down below, right? And I will respond to you. Taurus, this is your relationships. It's happening opposite you with this new moon. Exes can come back. Previous relationships, personal, professional, can re-enter into your life. Mercury retrograde enters into Scorpio November 19th and will be conjunct the sun. So you gain clarity, truth can be revealed about your relationships, or you just gain insights and profound awareness about your personal and professional relationships. What is transpiring now will influence you over the next 2 to 4 weeks, okay? And you'll find this coming through, the themes coming through. I will say this moon is in the sextile to Pluto in Aquarius. So this tells me partnerships related to career or even a personal relationship that you want to advance can also be coming through at this point in time, right? When you think about your legacy, your reputation, who you have in your arm influences your reputation. Who you choose to do business with, your career involves your reputation, as well as your sense of purpose, the associations you need for your purpose. So contracts, deals can come through for you during this time of this new moon, especially previously worked on endeavors. I will say with the water trine that's going on, okay, we got Saturn, Neptune, Pisces. We do have North Node Pisces, so destiny aligned relationships definitely want to come through in terms of collaboration, networking, future wishes and dreams, wish fulfillment, what you are desiring. But it is with Saturn, so it's you taking disciplined, structured action. With Jupiter in Cancer retrograde, this is you with contracts, ideas. If you have to pitch something, sales, your voice. Short distance trips can be very prosperous right now. Something you need to do for your siblings in terms of their future as well, because it's influencing you. With the moon and Uranus in your signs, where you decide to also break free sometimes from certain relationships. We do have Mars and Sagittarius, so you taking action with shared resources, investments, other people investing in you, but it is in square to the is in a square to the nodes, right? And the South Node being in Virgo is what doesn't give you joy, what doesn't give you happiness, what's stifling your creativity, what you need to release in terms of creativity, romance, in order to embark on the North Node in Pisces energy of your future wishes and dreams, your collaborations, your independence. So potent energy for you. Do comment your placements down below and I will respond to you in the comments. Gemini, this new moon can bring up some tensions, especially with co-workers at work. Mercury retrograde will be influencing this and you gain clarity over this. You gain information, insights. This gives you some sort of news. Mercury is your ruler and you gain this about your work life or your health as well. Health matters, your routine or acts of service where you are servicing, offering services or who you are servicing in your life. Yes, acts of services are things we do out of love. So this is like the services you do for, the people you care about, and you'll be reevaluating that and gaining insights about that. There's also the area of open enemies come to light for you during this time. It is a potent and powerful time for you. I would say definitely listen to the insights you are getting. We do have you focusing on your work and health over the next 2 to 4 weeks with this new moon. Obviously, previous ideas is what you need to implement here. And you're going to see an opposition between Uranus and Taurus. So this is you breaking free of an unhealthy habit in some way, seeking like some rest or time out or solitude that you need to break free from something that's been keeping you stuck, draining you of your energy. And self-care is vitally important, especially if you've been burnt out or overworked. You feel like you need to break free in some way. And Mercury is retrograde there. So there is this like, feeling like things need to slow down in terms of work. And I would say with the water trine, there's positivity through work, career opportunities with North Node, Neptune, and Saturn in Pisces, as well as with Jupiter in Cancer influencing your money. So a lot of opportunities for career advancement. I will say though, with Mars opposite you in Sagittarius, creating a bit of tensions within relationships in terms of career or goals or legacy. North Node Pisces is what you're seeking and what you need to release. South Node Virgo, emotional, what is emotionally you need to release that you've been carrying with you within your home, your family, that is also influencing your health and well-being. So you making these profound and big changes. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you. Cancer with this new moon is happening in Scorpio, and this is influencing creativity, pregnancy, fertility, as well as romance. So something new is happening within your romance. However, it's something you already thought about because Mercury is already retrograde, right? Retrograde in Scorpio. So this is influencing your romance. You also gain clarity and insight, information. Romantically, you become consciously aware, especially with that Mercury Cazimi. This energy will influence you over the next 2 to 4 weeks. So you during this time, normally we can meet someone new during a new moon, but this might be someone that you meet that you previously known or had some sort of association or connection with them. An ex can also return for you with this new moon. Now I will say this new moon is at 28 degrees. It's a Cancer degree, so it's deeply involved in emotional healing and understanding. Now the water trine that's happening with Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, Jupiter retrograde in your sign. Opportunities are coming to you to expand, grow, travel, higher education, as well as influencing your joy, your pleasure, what makes you happy, your creative endeavor. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're thinking about trying to start that, make that side hustle work, there's opportunities coming to you about how you want to expand and grow through experience. Learning is experience, or either in a form of higher education in some way. This can be a very fruitful time for you on all projects, things that you previously thought about, things you already started. Don't start anything new until after December 15th, when the post-shadow period of Mercury retrograde ends. We can start already by November, but the post-shadow ends December 15th. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you. Leo, this is a new moon that is touching deep on your emotions. A lot of you will be feeling deeply emotional, sensitive, needing comfort, seeking time at home over the next 2 to 4 weeks. Some of you could be moving home, making plans around home and family during this time, decluttering your space, removing things. This is bringing newness and freshness, but it is a Mercury is retrograde, okay, in the same area of home and family. So you might reconnect with an old family. You might have been trying to move, but now all of a sudden you can move through, right? Especially previously if you already started it. And this can bring up a lot of you now starting something fresh, but something fresh revolving home and family that you've already previously put into the works before the retrograde, before October 21st. I will say that this is a deeply healing new moon for you with the water energy. Saturn in Pisces, Neptune Pisces, influencing intimacy, shared resources, psychology, emotional healing with Jupiter in Cancer, what you need to release and let go of. Travel, there's also the area of travel, so travel that involves, you know, finances and as well as emotional fulfillment within you. But it is a new moon where you are seeking some solitude, you're seeking some time out, you're seeking some comfort, and over the next 2 to 4 weeks you'll find that emotional renewal that is going on with this new moon for you. I will say that the moon is showing that this is how you're feeling, but there is an opposition to Uranus and Taurus, your career. So shockwaves through your career create you, or career, your goals or reputation, or with leaders or even parents can come through at this point in time. And this is influencing you emotionally, it's influencing your home and family. Okay, do comment your placements and I will respond to you. Virgo, this new moon is giving you insights into relatives, siblings, home, family, communication. There is going to be a revelation for you with that Mercury cazimi, Mercury being your ruler, will be conjunct the sun, the moon. It gives you a deep and profound insight into what you need to see. Clarity is coming through for you, Virgo, one way or another, and it's like you need to transform how you perceived, and as well as you are perceiving others in a new way. This is that new moon that is asking you to release judgments about yourself. It also is revolving around professional breakthroughs for you, okay? Because we are going to have this new moon, Mercury, and you might even have old conflicts, old conversations, old tensions arise again. This is you seeing things very clearly, needing to stipulate some boundaries. If you've been waiting for contracts previously, you gain clarity about contracts. That Kazimi gives you the awareness, what to say, how to say it, stipulating boundaries. Things could happen with relatives, with as well as with your siblings and within your environment, your neighborhood. Very much so. You might also be very busy with errands. I will say the water trine. Let's talk about that. So we do have the moon influencing and the sun with the trine to Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, which is your social circles, your communities, online and in person, your future wishes and dreams and desires, and your relationships personally and professionally. So this new moon is giving you healing. It's giving you insights into what you want for your future in terms of your relationships and the relationships you're willing to go the distance for. Saturn is the distance we go for years and years. So the personal and professional partnerships that you are willing to do this and proceed with. There's a sense of you wanting to break free, seeking freedom, seeking travel, adventure, high education, and wanting to stop playing it small. So it's a very potent, powerful new moon where you're transforming yourself, right? This is also showing a harmonious aspect to your work life with this new moon, or maybe receiving news and contracts, deals through, or even ideas about your work or services, or even about your health and how you can proceed. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you. And don't forget, your birth chart is unique to you. So sharing your placements gives me insights on how I can assist you. Libra, this new moon is influencing your money. So although there's new opportunities for money, Mercury is retrograde here. So it's going to be you reevaluating or old ideas about finances, like your income, your skills, your talents coming through. So there is opportunities, but you're reevaluating them as well as all opportunities coming through. You gain awareness over your money and your skills and talents, especially with that Mercury cazimi. This is where you get sudden insights, breakthroughs about your income, about your money, and how to move forward. Let's talk about that water trine. I love it for you, Libra. For you, it's got, Jupiter in Cancer, something delayed previously in terms of a promotion or proposal, something you wanted for your career coming through. Saturn in Pisces, right, which will go direct at the end of the month, is going to be influencing your job, your co-workers, where you work, your day-to-day routine, your productivity, your health. So the more productive you are, the more it aligns to the career growth you want to see, as well as influences your money. Now, the moon is in an opposition to Uranus and Taurus. So money and unexpected shared resources, or something unexpectedly with the spouse, or something unexpectedly happens in terms of inheritances, taxes, debts. This can bring up that energy of where you are feeling like, I need to balance these two out, especially the money that you have versus the money that either you need to pay off a debt or you need to pay off a loan. You balancing, or sorting out your finances here. Now, do comment your placements and I will respond to you. Remember, your birth chart is unique to you. So sharing your placements gives me insights in how to delve into the comments and respond. Scorpio, happy birthday. We're coming to the end of Scorpio season now. And happy birthday to Scorpios who have celebrated previously and those who are celebrating now, especially my son Scorpios. If you're a moon Scorpio, this is your lunar return. Rising sign, this is your sense of self. So potent and powerful energy, okay? This is bringing renewal to you. Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio. Retrograde is back now, November 19th. So by the time we have this new moon on the 20th, this is you perceiving how you represent yourself, your goals. You are reevaluating yourself. Mercury now is going to have you do that, reevaluate your relationships, because if you are changing how you represent yourself, this influences your relationships. And especially with the moon opposition to Uranus and Taurus, unexpected events around relationships, personally and professionally, changes the way you evaluate yourself. You're going to have these insights, awareness with the Mercury Cazimi that's coming through about your sense of self. Like I said, and this leads to changes in those relationships. And this energy will play out over the next 2 to 4 weeks. So that being said, we are going to see potent energy here. And what you do now will come to fruition, complete its cycle next year, Taurus season in 2026. So take note of this new moon. I love the water trine because we have the new moon and we have the sun in a harmonious aspect to Jupiter. And this for you is your expansion, growth, travel, higher education, as well as with Saturn in Pisces, your creativity, joy, your pleasure. Now, at the same time, this can also involve children because, Saturn in Pisces is taking responsibility when it comes to your children and what you want for your children. It's the same area of life that rules over romance. And you deciding here, especially in terms of, their travel, their higher education, their education in some way, and how you want to expand and grow based on you. So it's a potent and powerful time for you. I would say with this new moon though, can exes return for you? Yes, most definitely. People from the past can return. You could have memories. You could be thinking about them more so. I will say, be aware of the relationships and have your boundaries. Make decisions with personal or professional relationships at the end of the month, and best time going forward would be December 15th when we leave the post shadow of the retrograde. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you. Remember, your birth chart is unique to you, so the placements that you share gives me insights in how I can respond to you. Sagittarius. Okay, it's almost your season and this new moon is all about time out over the next 2 to 4 weeks, okay? It's about your spiritual well-being, trusting your intuition, solitude, letting go of emotional baggage you've been carrying for far too long. Now, Mercury is retrograde with this new moon, so you're going to reevaluate the past. Old triggers, situations emotionally from the past that you've been carrying for far too long can come through. Hidden enemies are revealed. Truths are revealed. This is where you're breaking free. Okay, this is endings for you. And with the Scorpio new moon, it's profound endings. And with the Mercury retrograde, it's something from the past that should have ended a while ago. Emotionally for you, that you gain this clarity on, because it's in the area of your emotions, your subconscious. It's also where we escape through addiction. So this can be relationships, it's the things that you do that are addictive, and you're having this whole renewal of like, I need to let go of certain subconscious blocks and patterns that keep me stuck emotionally so I can grow. The water trine, healing for sure. Jupiter's influencing shared resources, finances, intimacy, psychology, as well as Saturn Pisces, your emotional well-being, and with Neptune there too, and your home and family. There's going to be transformation within your home and family based on what you're willing to let go of. The water trine though is really great, especially for completing anything financially in terms of financial investments. Maybe they're coming through to you and this is something you can release, put to an end, and this brings in some harmony to the stability you want to bring for your future when it comes to your home and family life, because Saturn's what we build for years to come. Neptune is the vision that we have. But it's definitely an element of deep, profound healing, closure. If you're feeling the water works during this new moon, give yourself a moment. You need to feel your feelings. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you. And when you share your placements, it gives me insights on how I can assist you. Capricorn, this new moon is all about your future wishes, dreams, goals, collaborations, friends. You can find yourself quite busy, meeting new people, connecting to people online and in person, or even just, joining a new company, collaborations. The moment you are collaborating and networking or at a family event, you are surrounded by people. This is the energy where we are focusing on our social circles, the people we choose to associate with via choice. And you can see this happening over the next 2 to 4 weeks. Now, Mercury is retrograde. You gain some insights about your future wishes and dreams, as well as the people that you choose to associate with via choice. Truths can be revealed to you as well here, especially about your friends, your social dynamics, and the people you choose to associate, as well as truths about your future wishes and dreams and how you need to transform in order to make them a reality. I would say people you associated with previously can come back into your life. Now, there is this beautiful water energy with the new moon and Jupiter, which is in your area of relationships, as well as with Saturn and Pisces, communication, neighbors, siblings as well, and relatives. And so this is giving a lot of sociable energy for you with Jupiter being in Cancer, your one-on-one relationships personally and professionally. So yes, joining their company professionally, getting the contract, Saturn and Pisces, that is you securing. Or it could, especially previously, because Mercury is retrograde, is previous stuff you've already been working on, nothing new. And as well as with that relationship, you're now connecting to your relatives and focusing on what you want for your future wishes and dreams. This is that energy. If people are coming back from the past previously that you've dated and that, that can happen. It is the retrograde, especially with Jupiter not retrograde opposite you. So old relationships can surface for you, Capricorn. But remember, it's time for reevaluation, especially because of the Mercury retrograde. From December 15th, you can make choices going thereafter. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. Aquarius, this new moon is all about your career, goals, ambitions, your reputation, and sense of self. Mercury is retrograde, so people are going to misunderstand you, as well as anything old previously you started in terms of career, goals, sense of purpose. Yes, if you retired, this is your sense of purpose, your legacy. This is where it can come back around. However, you can have some tensions with parents, elders, authority figures, including employers during this time. Great insights will be brought to you, and your awareness about your career, your goals, your legacy, and how you represent yourself. Opportunities can present itself over the next 2 to 4 weeks. So you can see this play out. And what you start now, you will see come to fruition 6 months from now in Taurus of season of 2026. I will say though, it is a retrograde. So remember, it's nothing new. It's things we previously already thought about. The water trine is beautiful between your career, your work life and work opportunities, your day-to-day routine, and with Saturn and Neptune Pisces influencing your money, structured towards money and opportunities for your work that want to come through and career. When it comes to your reputation, health, and how you value that, Saturn can tell you to become more disciplined with your values in terms of your health and finding ways to improve health based on your reputation and the absolute structure you create within your life. This is all about your routine and how you can find healing and on a mental, emotional, and physical level here of just giving yourself what you need through self-care. I will say that Uranus is in Taurus, so there can be unexpected emotions, especially rooted in home and family, that come through based on how you're presenting yourself, and this can also influence your emotions. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you down below. Pisces, this is a beautiful new moon for you. It's about expansion, growth, higher education, travel. It is about teaching, learning, sharing a course, sharing your expertise, and seeking how you want to expand and grow. Mercury retrograde is going to have you working on old ideas, nothing new. You can start moving along with new things November, the end of November, as well as after December 15th, smooth sailing. But now you're just reevaluating. And all things that you thought about can come through in terms of illegal matters or higher education, beliefs. Now, I will say, with the Mercury Cazimi that's happening, you gain clarity, you gain truth. This can give you truth. It is a Scorpio new moon, but it is happening in the area of truth. You can gain clarity on a legal matter, clarity on a publication you want to put out, something you want to teach as well, or something you want to learn, or travel matters, or just your personal beliefs as this is influencing your spirituality. I will say that the water trine is beautiful. It's about your growth, with Jupiter also being Cancer, your passions, your joys, your creative projects, whether you want to turn that hobby into a side hustle. And with Saturn and Pisces, what you want to take responsibility for, right? This is your responsibilities. It's where you mature and grow. So Saturn being Pisces is fertility. You are fertile, expansion, growth, and you shifting how you want to grow within your life, as well as Saturn in Pisces, side hustles, creative projects you want to see a success for expansion, growth, and publication. So it can be Saturn in Pisces, responsibility, your Neptune in Pisces, the vision that you have. And with that, Cancer energy, it's your creativity, it's your joy, it's your pleasure. And as well as with, the new moon, it's saying, hey, okay, this is your pleasure. This is your joy. How do you want to expand and grow? How do you want to shape your beliefs so that you can make it a reality? I will say it's a beautiful new moon for you. This is you, getting these information, getting the insights on how you want growth within your life. If there are truth bombs, it's a Scorpio new moon and it's happening in the area of truth. This is here to set you free, because this Scorpio new moon is happening in the area of freedom, your liberty. And I will say the energy will influence you over the next 2 to 4 weeks. So be prepared for that. And what you start now will come to fruition 6 months from now, when we have that beautiful Taurus season in 2026, and we'll have a full moon then in Scorpio. Potent energy, Mars is in Sagittarius. You're taking action towards your career, your goals, ambitions, square to the node, just, focusing on moving outside of your comfort zone and letting go of old partnerships professionally, even romantically, so you can, take lead when it comes to you, is where your opportunities lie. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, so giving me insights gives me assistance in how to respond.